You may be like, that's a lot of stuff I gotta do, Lance. Well, is Amway a pyramid scheme? Well, today I'm going to cover 7 reasons that Amway's YouTube channel and their accompanying video came up with, and this was all stimulated by a special individual named Scott. So shout out to you, still got love for you, but you know we're going to use this to extract some learnings out of this. And so here's what he had left on one of my other videos, because I like to cover network marketing topics in general, because you never know. I've met people in Amway, people have approached me, you know, I've talked about it on my YouTube channel, I get a number of comments, and I feel like it's just a good way to try to understand different perspectives and different companies in the industry and speak truth, seek understanding, and, you know, dispel any myths that may be out there. Scott said, I found out about Amway's tool scam. I went from best buddy to completely ignored literally overnight. All I did was ask to be taking off of standard order tools. The reason for this is the upline doesn't want your knowledge of the scam to spread, as it would destroy their business. It was quite amazing. And that was it. That's all he said. That was from Scott. And just to give you a little context and background, he wanted me on his radio show / podcast. And when I said no because he had been trolling my comment section with negativity, he then called me a what? A coward. Okay, so we're into name calling. Yeah. Scott, if you're watching this, I will never be on your podcast. So I do have the link in the description below for this Amway video that I'm talking about and referring to, but we're going to cover each point because it's from the pyramid scheme or the anti-MLM viewpoint, and it's also from the Amway viewpoint. So it's important to be objective, and that means understanding the pros and cons, or at least both perspectives, so that you can come to more accurate conclusions. Alright, so the pyramid scheme people, or the anti-MLM side, says entry costs are high into Amway. And then Amway responded back with, it's free to join in many countries, or less than $100 in countries they operate in. There's probably more details of that with regards to products or enrollment kits or stuff like that. This ain't that video. This is just a response to each one of the main objections. Number 2, the pyramid scheme side says, I'm unhappy with the business, okay? So I might get out. Amway responded back with, Amway will refund your money. What time frame is that all applicable by? What, do you have to use the product, not use the product? That's more research and follow-up on your part, but at least they provided a response in that video. Number 3, receive money for recruiting, the pyramid schemers say. Amway said bonuses are paid on individual and group sales of product. And this is where the anti-MLMers will say, well, there's still product-based pyramid schemes, Lance. Don't fool yourself. Where it's just like, well, if there's value being exchanged, okay, so you have real money for real products, and somebody is not held at gunpoint, right? They're voluntarily making that exchange, products for money, because they see value in it, and that's called the value exchange, and that creates a sale, okay? And that sale is typically lumped under a number of business builders or distributors who have an upline or mentor or somebody, and it accumulates into what is called organizational volume or group volume or personal volume on an individual basis. So it's more about understanding how it works in that regard, not trying to troll somebody's comment section because you got triggered. Money for headcount or recruiting is illegal. I'm not a part of a company that is illegal, and Amway is saying that it's based on product sales, not headcount recruiting. Number 4 reason that the pyramid scheme people say is, well, product is an afterthought, there's little to no consumer value, and they lack the R&D investment in Amway. Amway responded back with, hey, we have 450 plus products. I mean, they've been around for a long time, so that's understandable. There's 75 plus quality insurance labs, and $330 million were spent in manufacturing R&D facilities. The thing I will just add to that is you just always want to make sure to look at ingredients for artificial ingredients, preservatives, you know, artificial sugars, you know, natural flavors or fragrances, things that are bundled or things that may be a little questionable. So that's what you always want to start off with. And sometimes they can't give you what those fragrance or natural ingredients are because it's proprietary, or because they're using a third party to actually make the products and add that additional part in the ingredient. But at least it's important for you to know if it's in there or not, and follow up if you want less toxicity and more purity in your supplements. All right, so number 5 pyramid scheme objection is that participants are required to buy more than they can use. And that's the whole 70-30 rule, Lance. Okay, so Amway responded with, there's no purchasing requirements. That's a little bit, general, but I will also add that except to qualify for income, right, there's usually an amount that qualifies for that. And you also want to read the compensation plan, the income disclosure statement, and I'll have those links in my description below. The number 6 objection that pyramid schemers had is that you're not allowed to return unused inventory, okay? Amway says they offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on products and business startup costs. Now, that would need to be specified on whether that's used or unused, under which time frame as well, which I kind of alluded to earlier, but that's more research on the individual, whether you're with Amway or not. Again, this is just a way to process and think about objections as well as the response from a company. Finally, number 7 objection of the pyramid schemers, there's no written contract for key terms or cancellation periods. Amway responded back with, Amway signs a contract with each business owner in a transparent way, so that maybe with the distributor agreement when they enroll, that's more research and follow-up to kind of read the fine print and stuff like that. I know my company has that whenever you're a customer or you get a membership. It just covers the terms of service or terms and agreements and stuff like that. That's common with any company. Anyways, what are the lessons learned? There's 2 main ones. All right, so one is you want to research the person and team, products and company to see if you know, like, and trust each of them enough now or in the future based on your needs and goals as a customer and or distributor. And you may be like, that's a lot of stuff I gotta do, Lance. Well, we want to be educated consumers that make educated decisions, whether we are anti-MLM, for MLM, or neutral, and that is the best way that I've found to do that. Again, that's knowing, liking, and trusting the person and team, products and company before you sign anything or make any purchasing decision. And that means really examining things. Like I said earlier, the income disclosure statement, the compensation plan, you're gonna have to do a lot of things, and also some self-reflection on what's your skills, what's your goals, what's your effort that you're willing to put in if we're talking about more of a distributorship, the quantity and quality of your network as well as your lead generation system. There's a lot of stuff to factor in, and most people don't. And that's why they get burned, or that's why they have a negative experience and decide to rant or vent, and they don't look at the bigger picture, or they don't look at things on a case-by-case basis. The second learning lesson is that you should shop around, look at ingredients, look at the comp plan. Again, I'm just re-emphasizing that because people don't do it. Look at the income disclosure statement. Again, re-emphasizing it because not enough people do it in general. And what the FTC says about pyramid schemes in the description as well. That will be in the description below. You can check all that out. That's going to be very, very important. You can see there's a lot of research involved. We buy emotionally and justify rationally, but if you can buy more rationally after you've done your research and then justify rationally, that's kind of the goal, even though there may be some emotions like I'm excited or I'm happy to take my health or business into whatever direction. That's going to be very important. And so these are just ways to think about things, whether you're anti-MLM, neutral, or pro-MLM, whether it's with the company I'm with, Amway, or any company, period. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the like button if you did, share this video with somebody that would benefit from it, and most importantly, check out those links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on. And I'll see you in the next video.